Hi, everyone. Welcome to this mindful use session, focusing on different aspects of life that are either the result of stress or can cause stress, along with ways that you can address them. If you have any questions at any point, drop them into the comments. So, being emotionally reactive because we're hungry is so common that we have a name for it: getting hangry or having the hangries, right? And it doesn't have to be that way. I totally get carrying around snacks, having a snack drawer in your desk, candy. I'll tell you, at one point in my life, my late husband was so fed up with me getting the hangries that he used to carry around a stash of snacks and candy in his car and with him when we'd go out, just to help me avoid getting angry, or maybe to help him avoid having to have another hangry fight with me. But you see, getting the hangries and eating a snack feels like we're handling it and we're dealing with it. But really, we've allowed ourselves to get to the point where we are hangry because we weren't paying attention to what we needed and what our body needed in that moment. Now, there can be a myriad of reasons why this happens, but mostly it's because as a society, we've become disconnected from how we feel. We've become disconnected from the subtle signals that our body is sending to us all the time, telling us what we need to feel and be our best. So, what are some of the reasons you might not be connecting to what your body's saying? Well, we live in a VUCA world. That's VUCA, and it's an acronym. It was coined in the late 1980s, which, when you hear what it stands for, sounds like, wow, that sounds like now. It's volatile, uncertain, chaotic, and ambiguous. That's definitely the world we live in. But that also means that our attention is all over the place, right? If things are constantly moving and we live in uncertain times, there's so much to think about up here in our head that what we're feeling doesn't come through. And when we are hangry, that is our body trying to get our attention. It's been talking to us the whole time. It never stops. But sometimes we don't hear it when it's quiet and down here. It has to come up here or here or here or here before we will listen. And I'll tell you, your body will just keep going. It'll keep escalating. It'll keep raising. It'll keep coming up here until you are underwater if you don't learn to pay attention to it. Another reason is, again, we live in a go, 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 go society. There is so much to do and so many places we want to be or feel we have to be, so much work to be done, that we're just constantly going. We're just constantly going. And when we're doing that, we're focused on what we're doing. We're not focused on how we're being. So we get disconnected from those signals. But maybe, I think one of the key things is that until the last several years, especially since the COVID-19, where we were all kind of isolated and coming up with a lot of stuff that we hadn't dealt with, is that we don't get a lot of messages that attending to how your body's feeling and listening to its signals is part of a very healthy self-care routine. That taking the time to just understand what your body is feeling gives you the knowledge to reduce your stress, to head off emotionally charged situations like the hangries. So, if you want to start listening to your body's signals again, how do you do that? How do you know what signal is hungry? Well, I'm going to tell you, I can't tell you that. I cannot tell you what signal means for you that you're starting to get hungry. Everybody's body is different. Everybody's body sends signals in a different way that they will understand. Now, yes, your stomach gurgling and growling is a sign you're hungry, and that's pretty universal. But if you've gotten to that point, again, that's a pretty loud signal. If we start ignoring that, we're definitely going to have the hangries. But it's the subtler signals, the things like maybe for me, if I have a sudden dip in energy or my thinking starts to get a little foggy, I'm having some difficulty concentrating, kind of out of nowhere. I've learned that for me, it means I need to eat. I need something to perk myself back up again. But it takes tuning in and really getting acquainted with those signals to know that's what it means. So how can you do this? One of the most basic practices in mindfulness is a body scan. Now, it doesn't have to take a lot of time. The longer you can devote, the more in-depth you can get into the signals. I recently sat, and now don't think that I'm going to suggest this for anyone. I've been doing this for many, many years. I sat for an hour and just did a body scan. And wow, did I learn something about the layers of sensations and things that were always going on for me. So this can be done quickly. And the more often you do it, the more often you engage in the practice, the quicker you can tune in to your body's signals. And in fact, the more you engage with it, the more you don't even have to necessarily do a formal check-in. You will just notice these things. It's quite miraculous. You know, not one training or one course can ever just miraculously fix things for us. We have to be willing to put in the time and the consistency to create the change we want to see. So body scans essentially mean you sit still and quiet and you literally scan through your body one section at a time. Some facilitators will have you start at the top of your head and go down. Others will have you start at your toes and come up. I've even had some facilitators just randomly kind of jump from body part to body part. Finding a style that works for you, trying different styles for different moods is fantastic. It helps you learn more and more about your body and trying them with different teachers. Different teachers give different instructions. You simply pay attention and you're not looking for anything specific. You're looking to just see what's going on. Is there tingling? Is there pulsing? Heat? Moisture? Is there nothing? Do you not feel anything in a certain area of your body? I know when I first started doing longer body scans and my teachers and facilitators would tell me to try to feel my individual toes without moving them, just letting them sit there and be still and feel the individual toes. And I thought, you're crazy. I just kind of feel my foot. Well, now I'm to the point where, yeah, I can feel down each toe, each joint, down to the very tip of it and feel what's going on. And I think back to those original days and it's amazing the difference it is, that little bit of consistency. And when I started doing this, I was only doing a body scan for maybe 5 minutes at a time. I found an app with a good narrator, excuse me, that I really connected with. And I just did this. I did it consistently day after day after day after day because, well, at the time I was having panic attacks and I was trying to find those triggers and where I could tell in my body that it was starting so I could head it off. And oof, I've gotten now to the point where I can do it very quickly without having to think about it. But there's a practice you can do even early on where just taking three, no, I can count this morning, 3 breaths, You can scan through your entire body very quickly to just get a sense of where you are, what's going on, if something's happening for you, where you've got tension, if you want to release it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the instructions for this 3 breath exercise. Listen to the instructions, and then we'll do it together. So you'll want to sit comfortably. You'll want to sit where you feel supported. And you can close your eyes if you need to, or just look down, maybe at the keyboard at your desk, or pick a spot on the wall. You're just trying to limit your visual field of distractions so that you can focus on the sensations you're feeling in your body. Now, when you take these breaths, you're going to take a slow, full inhale from the belly, deep in all the way up, and then slowly release it. And as you breathe in, you'll bring your attention to a part of your body. In this case, on the first breath, you will pay attention to your head, neck, and shoulders. You're just going to tune in to what's going on there. And in the second breath, you'll pay attention to your upper body and arms. What's going on there? What are you feeling there? Are there emotions? Are there sensations? What's happening? And in the last breath, that third breath, you'll pay attention to your legs and feet and just see what's going on there. Maybe there's a little bit of tension built up that you can relax. Finding those places where we're holding tension in our body and just inviting them to relax can instantly reduce our stress and help us make better decisions about what we need in the moment. So let's go ahead and try this right now. Now, as you get settled, it's important to remember you don't want to judge these feelings or sensations. Don't judge yourself for the breath you're taking. Try not to judge anything, whether you're doing it right, whether you're doing it wrong. Let go of the need to judge what you're doing and just be in the experience. So go ahead and take a deep cleansing breath first, just to get yourself centered. And then we'll begin with your first breath in, inhaling deep, long, and slow, bringing your awareness to your head, neck, and shoulders. Are you feeling there? Tension, tingling, anything? And as you release it, just letting go of those sensations, letting them be. And you'll take your next breath in, and you'll pay attention to what your arms, your torso, your belly, your back is saying to you. What do you feel in that area? And on the third inhale and exhale, bring your attention to your legs and feet. Feel them grounded in the sensations where they touch your chair and the floor. And just what does it feel? What do you feel there? And then take another just deep inhale and let it all go. Let it all go and pay attention to what you're feeling now. What is it? Is your body telling you to make a change? Do you need to stand up and move? Do you need to go get a drink of water? Or just take some more deep breaths and relax for a few seconds to give yourself some space to think. When we can take even 3 breaths to pull inside and just check in on ourselves, we know what we need. We always know what we need in that moment. We just have to get reconnected to it with this mind-body intelligence, reconnecting our mind down into our body. So I hope that this practice helps you in the moment when you're feeling stressed. Just take the 3 breaths, check in with your body, find out what you need, and move on. It may take you several attempts at this before you start to really get engaged with it. Don't give up. You're not doing it wrong. It takes time. Be gentle and kind with yourself as you engage in this practice. Set a reminder at the beginning, just a little pop-up to notify you, to say, check in with yourself. Hey, take 3 breaths. It's time for 3 breaths. Let's do it. Encourage yourself to continue to develop your mind-body intelligence by tuning in to what your body is saying. So if you have questions about this practice or anything around mindfulness and how it can help you turn on vacation mode every day and change your stresses from mountains into speed bumps, post, DM me, hit me up. I'm here as a resource for you. And until I see you next time, I'm grateful that you're here, and may you have inner peace.